Hi friends, we'll continue learning to how to display the file details in a browser, and here is the application. On click of this button, I am selecting the local system directory and I can browse to any other location. I can go to any folder or I can move up also, and on select of this particular folder, all details of this particular folder, the path is displayed here and details are displayed here in a tree view, and these details are taken to a data frame, and from the data frame we are getting the data to display it in a tree view. Here I can click any of the header and change the order of display to ascending or descending, type or date modified or the size of the file. So everything I can click and in that particular order I can display it. This already we have seen how to collect the data from the file particular the location what as selected by the user, and then we now will learn how we'll place this data in a tree view. We'll start from here. These are the libraries we'll be using. So you can see we are importing TTK, so because Treeview we are going to use, and the vertical scroll bar also. Now Kinter we have imported, then the file dialog because we will be showing the file dialog for selection of the directory by the user. Then operating system, the OS library, because through OS library we will read the file details, I'll store it to a data frame. So this is the date and time. If you want to change the format of the file creation date or file modified date, then the pandas data frame, this is the data frame where we'll be storing the all the file details, because we subsequently want to sort it based on the header selection. Now here you can see two components, button B1 and L1. B1, on click of this button we'll call a function. Inside that we'll have our file selection dialog box, and another one what the user has selected will display it in our L1 label. So here, because on click of button B1 my select is function is called, let me just put that my select. Now here is the function, inside that I am passing it. Now let's just see the blank window. So here it is. Now nothing will happen because we are not coded anything, and here is the label. Here the file path as selected by the user will be displayed. We'll work inside this my select. So first let's create the dialog box where the user will select the directory. So file dialog. Now inside that ask directory. So this one, it will display the dialog box as selected. Suppose the user may cancel it also. So for that we will just check it whether if my diary is there, because if it is none, then nothing will no action should be taken. So inside that means the user has not cancelled the dialog box. Then L1, the L1 is our label. It is better LB1 will make it, so it is easy for us to understand. LB1. So LB1 we have is the label our, and that config. So what I am configuring is the option of text. This text equal to my diary. So whatever the right now whatever the my diary, because the path is selected by the user through the dialog box, will be displayed on that. So after this my Treeview, this function I am calling, I have not yet written that one, and my details. In this my details, this is where I am collecting all the details of the directory what you selected. I am passing the my directory or the path as a parameter to this. So these two functions I will define just def my Treeview, inside that pass, and then again one more, second one is my detail, and inside that my this it will receive that one. Sorry, I'll make it while receiving I'll give the word name as path. So inside that again I will say pass. So my Treeview I am calling, and my details. So my inside that. Now let's just see how the file dialog box appears and user select is. I am running this. Let's just see what comes up here. Yeah. Now select the directory. On click I will get the directory. Now I can browse through anywhere. I can go up or come inside. Now select the folder. Suppose I am selecting that folder. You can see here, because this LB1 config, this particular line number 21, that's why the path is displayed here. inside this my tree view, we'll paste the code here. This will create the tree view only. So this is the structure of the tree view. You can see here it's starting from here, global tree view. We are declaring it earlier, so it's as a global, and this also you can see the tree view, we are declaring it here. Then all the our columns, there are 4 columns, one for file name, then the file type, then the date modified, and the size. So the 4 columns we are taking here. The headings we are writing, and in these headings you can see the every column header we are given a click function, command lambda my short. Means once you are clicking this header, this particular function will be called my short, and the name of the column which was clicked will be passed as a parameter. So here the first one, name, type, then date modified, the size. So the my short function will receive the which header is clicked. We'll just shortly see what is how the my short will be written. I will just create that one. So my short. Now here I am column I am receiving, and inside that I am giving pass. The details one we'll see next. Okay, now let me run this and see how this looks. Here it is. Select the directory. I have given the given same directory I am using. You can see the tree view is the structure has come up. The name, type, date modified, size. If I click this, then my sort function is called, but nothing will happen as you have not written anything. We'll paste the code of my details function here. Just see this particular function we have already discussed in the previous tutorial, how the file details are created, and at the end you can see the data frame. We are inserting all the file details of that directory into a data frame. The entire function, how it works, how the file details we are reading and creating is already discussed just previous tutorial. So this is then after this, outside the for loop, we are calling a function my update. So my update is the next one. Why we are keeping it separately is because my update will insert the data to our tree view. My update. So this my update will be using to insert the data, because this particular my details, now our data frame is full with the rows of file details, so that will pass it on. So why we are calling this is separately is because my update, anytime we call it, we can refresh the data without recreating the structure. So we kept it separately. My tree view will create the structure. This my update will insert the data. So every time I call my update, it will refresh the data for me. So now let's just go inside this and global TRV, the tree view, and the data frame is DF. So just above that you can see here we have filled the data frame. So that globally we are using, so it will be available here. Now TRV dot delete. Why this is required is we will delete whatever the data is available in the tree view. Data part, not the structure part, because every time we suppose the user has changed the directory, the previous directory, whatever details were there, that should be removed. For that purpose, let me just put the trv get children. So get children, this will remove all the data from the tree view. So now next, now what happened, we'll create the list of the rows. R set. So this will give us the, from the data frame we are collecting all the rows of data, to numpy, then to list, because at the end we need a list here. So this is nothing but a list of rows of data taken from the data frame. Now we'll look through this for dt in R set. Now here each row will be inserting it. So what you are saying, Treeview insert. Now what is root is, it is parent window, so we need not, by default it will take it, so we are not specifying anything. So insert it, then add where. Next row will be end of it. Next, so one by one below one. So it is not at the beginning, at the end of it. Then the values, sorry, here. Then what are the values here? Values equal to dt, because dt is the row. Each row we are adding it to here. That's all. This will add all my rows. But one more thing I will do. I will just copy one vertical scroll bar and paste it here. So for that I am just, is this few lines of code, we'll add the vertical scroll bar, because if more records are there, that will be, it's a scroll bar, then I am sticking to north south, and then y scroll bar command I am giving row 2 along with the tree view, because column is 4th, because our tree view has occupied up to column span is more we have given it. Here you can see column span is 3, so 4th column we are starting this, so that is why we have given here our column is 4. So that's all. This will add the data to our whatever the tree view, whatever the data user has selected the directory. Let's just check this, but note that sorting won't work now because we have not added the code. Now selecting the directory, same directory I have picked up. You can see the form here. Now what happened, my update is not populating. There is a error that df is not defined, so we'll at the top we must declare it before using. So here it is, we'll say df, and one more variable also, df equal to pd dot dataframe, because that is the data frame where we will be storing it. So for that, inside that only the structure will be declaring. So columns, I'm saying columns. Now here is a list I am preparing. List is, first one is name, now then type, then the date modified. You can use date created also. One of that I am using. id modified. Now the last one is size. So this is the one we are, what we are, sorry, this should be size. Now this list I should close and the bracket. Fine. So these are the 4 columns I have given, and one more variable I will be using inside the order equal to true, because this is the ascending or descending. So the option value I have to set it. So I am giving a boolean variable order equal to true. So this I will be using. You can see that's why here that global variable I am using it and inserting it inside that from the data taken, because here the data we are inserting, and that inside the this my update to one by one to the tree view we are inserting. Just saved it. Let's just run this and see how this looks. Yeah, here it is. I am selecting the directory. Fine. Now you can see object has not get children. Okay, here is a mistake. child children. Fine. Let's just try once more. Directory. Now you can see all the details have come up, but now if I'll click anything, nothing will happen. Now we'll write the code for the my sort. See here, every time we are clicking the head here in the tree view, the head we are carrying the, here you can see whatever header we are clicking, we are carrying the column name to the function my sort. So now we'll write it. We'll receive this one. We'll write column name. So this we have written. Now inside this we'll write the code to sort it. For that, first global df and order. Just now we have declared the order as true or false. This is a boolean variable based on which the sorting order will be decided. Now if order, that means order is true, then we'll make it order equal to false. So what happens is, every time, suppose one time you click it in the ascending order, next time it will be in the descending order, next time again ascending. So that is what we are doing here. So changing the value of the order, if then else, otherwise. Suppose if it is false, make it true. So order equal to true. So this is how the value will toggle between false and true. Now what happens, df, that is a data frame. Finally what we will give, df dot sort values. So this will be values. Now we have to spend by which column, by equal to, I will say here, sorry, the list. Now call name. Call name is what we are receiving from the function. Here it is. We are receiving this particular one, that, because that means the what the user has clicked, the header, that name of the header will be passed to this function, and under that we are telling that you sort the data frame. Then there is a option called ascending. It will tell if it is set it to true, then this is ascending. If it is set it to false, then it is descending. So here I am saying order. you just seen this is what the value we keeps on toggling, so the order value change. So it will be one time if it is ascending, next time it will be descending. So order value will be true, next time it will be false. Now what happens once this particular data frame is sorted, then my job is to update the rows only. So I will just call my update, so that will refresh the data. So the data. So what happens now, this my, that is why we have kept my update separately. Now this will be called, so again the previous all the rows of data will be deleted, then again the list is created, then the loop will go through and one by one again data. So we'll get a refreshed view of the tree view. So based on the what sort order is used by the user. So this is the functions, whatever 4 or 5 functions. Then one is the only the structure, will keep the structure as it is, will not change it frequently, because then in my details we are collecting all the file details and creating the data frame only, and my update is inserting the rows, creating every time a clean tree view and inserting it. So every time I call it, a fresh data from data frame is taken. Now let me save it and run once and see. Yeah, I'll select the directory. Now, okay, let me be in this directory. So here it is. Now, can I sort it on size? Yes, highest. Now I am clicking, then the lowest. Again, it will talk. Date modified also, I can do that. Here also, I can based on type. Name also I can do, because every time I am clicking this, the sorting order is changing because the value of that order is true or false. And here is the path of it. And also I have a vertical scroll bar. Now let me change this one, go to one more, okay, let me go to this folder. I have changed the folder. Now what happens, again my update is called, first the old data is removed and a fresh data is created here. Again I can use the toggle, I can sort it based on the whatever the header I am clicking. That's all friends. I request you, please subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon so you will be notified as and when we add new tutorials. We frequently do that also. And if you have any doubts, suggestions, questions, use the comment section below to post it. Please share this with your friends, and thank you for watching.